Principle 27 is the pocket. Now, what is the pocket? My explanation of that is where you find to place your guitar parts within the groove of the song or the music that you're playing over. Okay, and there are many places that we can find a pocket to play our guitars. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to layer up a few guitar parts to show you the different placements of where your guitar could sit or where you could find the pocket for your guitar, okay, or your guitar part. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a bass, drum, and organ part, all right? And what I'm going to do is going to play the first guitar part around those instruments and place that in the pocket where I feel it fits right. Then I'm going to overdub a couple of other parts on top of that to place them in another pocket inside each of those other parts, okay? So it'll give you some ideas of where you could place your guitar parts on this. And it's a real simple thing. It's a C7 kind of groove, C13 kind of chord vamp. Anyway, let's pull up that track and I'll hit you with this first pocket groove. Here we go. Okay, so very simple, a C13 chord, but what I'm playing is some scratch rhythms, very syncopated line, and there are accents that are syncopated, which means they interrupt the normal flow of the rhythm. And I felt that they really worked well listening to the bass and the organ part. So that's why I waited for some time to listen for the organ part, and then the bass came in, then you heard me present my guitar part. Now, when I layer this, I'm going to let you hear the first guitar part. I'm going to wait a little while and then I'm going to place my second guitar part in the pocket. So here's what I was playing. C13 chord on the fretboard, and I'm playing this 16th note scratch syncopated rhythm here. So okay, so I'm muting with the left hand. I'm pushing on and off the chord so I get that nice kind of percussive sound. But also I'm scratching the strings with the pick and palm muting as well. So and of course you can hear there's an interruption in the flow of that groove. Now I felt that that fit really well with the other parts. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find another pocket for another guitar part, all right? Now, that could be another instrument altogether, but because we're playing guitar, let's find that pocket on our instrument, okay? So I'm going to pull up a single note line now to place over this, and you'll see where I fit that in the groove. Okay, a very simple single note line, okay? But I felt that it fit in between the other parts and added something. It added some nice percussive movement, okay? Now let me just break that part down for you. Very simple. All I'm doing is I'm rolling from the G note here on the 4th string, 5th fret, up to a B flat, and then to a C. Now, and then I'm playing a syncopated rhythm line. my other note up here is an E flat. Okay, and you could hear how that sit in the groove. And I actually like the little bit of delay on it with the track as well, because it lets the notes bounce around a little bit, okay? Now, technique-wise, I'm palm muting with my right hand. I'm picking very tightly against these strings, and I'm kind of muting this as well, so... Okay, so you can hear how that was working against the other guitar part. So I found another pocket. Now what I'm going to do now is add a third part. Now the reason I've played the parts the way I've played them is because I knew that I was going to orchestrate and place other things in other pockets in the groove. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a different guitar sound now, another clean sound, and I'm going to place that in the spaces I've left for it, if you like. Okay, so let's pull that track up. Okay, so there's our bass part, first guitar part. Okay, nice space there to place a part. Okay, I'm going to play something here. Okay, so 3 very simple guitar parts that all lock together and find their own pocket in the groove. Okay, so as guitarists, we want to find a complementary part to the bass, drums, and if keyboards are in the mix. Obviously, we want to find things that complement those, not take away, and we also want to add something with the guitar parts that we're finding to place in the music. Now, we've got a bass and drum track and a keyboard part that you can find your own pocket and groove, all right, and find your own parts to play over. And of course, the 3 guitar parts that I've played, you can weave in some of your ideas around those as well if you'd like to, okay? So your task is to find out some nice guitar parts that complement either mine or just the drums and bass and keyboard part too, okay? So remember, try and add something, not detract. Find your own pocket.